Gamers, gamers. Welcome back to another Wednesday night stream. It's me, your boy, JTV Live. I hope you guys are having an amazing hump day. I am having a neutral hump day. Nothing's happened really. It's been pretty boring. I'm very sleepy because I was up late last night just mind racing and then also was watching a movie and started the movie way later than I should have started the movie, but that's fine. We don't need to worry about that. Anyway, I'm here and I am ready to play some more Planet Coaster 2 because last night we played Planet Coaster 2, but it wasn't really like playing Planet Coaster 2. We were doing a park showcase, which you should definitely go check out. You should check out the showcase and you should check out the park itself. The park we went over was this big, massive Western themed park that I've been working on for several months now. So I highly recommend that you go back and check that VOD. And then also you can find a link to the park on the Frontier page in my workshop, which is linked down below. So I recommend you go do both of those things. But tonight we're going to be working on the Pumpkin Patch Park, which I'm excited. We're going to be doing something we haven't done in a while here at this park. So I've got it open here. Mainly what we've been doing for the past like 3 weeks almost with this park has just been working on this motorbike coaster, which has come out really awesome. We'll do a POV in a second. But because we spent so much time doing that, what that means is that now we need to like refocus back in on like making the rest of the park, because this water park is very sad and empty. So that's what we're going to be working on mainly tonight, is we're adding some buildings and some facilities to our water park to make it a more complete area. So that way, I think the last area we'll have to work on is this. I don't think I'm going to put anything here. I'm going to leave this as like space for a roller coaster layout. So I think this is really the last area of the park we're going to be focusing on. So we should be, hopefully, knock on wood, I was hoping to be done with this park by the end of November, but we'll be pretty much done with it hopefully by the end of November. But we'll start by doing a POV, because I said yesterday we did a nighttime POV on last night's stream, because I went through the trouble. I did this off stream. But I went and added lighting to the entire layout, so that way it's a lot more dynamic and you get a little bit of a different experience at night. I really like coasters that do that kind of have something different to offer in the middle of the night. So that's what I was doing. I had something that I was going to add and I completely lost my train of thought talking about the motorbike coaster. So I was saying about stuff offline. Oh, I remember what it was. I was talking about working on this coaster offline, and that made me think, really the only things we've done, or I've done offline for this coaster, are just the front of this chapel building here, and then the lighting. The rest of it was all built on stream. So if you want to see the whole process of going through, building the layout, building the buildings, working on the theming and all of that, feel free. You can check out those VODs. They're all on my channel. But that's enough talking and yapping. Let's get to riding, and I was trying to think of a word that rhymes with yapping, and my brain immediately jumped to one that I don't think I want to say. So we're going to move on from that bit, because I couldn't think of another one because my brain got stuck. All right. I am going to disappear for the POV and just do this fast forward thing. I think this is like the 8th time we've done a POV of this coaster, because we've done a POV for pretty much every iteration, and then now this is like the third finalized POV we're doing. But I can't get enough of this coaster. I'm very happy with how it came out. What can I say? I will say I do like that even in the daytime, the theme lighting that we have going on adds some nice highlights to a lot of the scenery. It makes them pop out of the background a lot more, which is a nice unintentional effect. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I'm very, very happy with how this coaster came out. Um, but that's probably the only coasting we'll be getting to tonight because now we need to get to the title. And in Gooden, a lot of these boring buildings, I didn't even realize that this building was completely unthemed until I loaded in this park before stream. So we're going to fix that. I'm probably going to have it emulate this style over here. Just kind of looking at what I did. Looks like I didn't do too much in the way of, like, trim. So I think mainly, like, doors and windows and some extra prop pieces. So let's go into scenery theme. We're going to do Western. Awesome. Then for the veranda, I think I'm going to use these pieces. I really do like the prop verandas with the wagon wheels. I think they look pretty cool. Start with some doors. What door have we not used? Or what doors have we used already? Have we used any doors? Are there any doors? There is a door. Okay, it's just like a plain boring one. So obviously probably not one of these super decorative ones. I don't think that really fits the vibe that we're going for, especially since this is like a more naturalistic, kind of like a watering hole vibe is sort of what I'm going for. But let's see. I think this, yeah, this should work. I think right here, windows. Might be a little bit forward. Might be a bit much. I think this. I'm gonna go here. I'm not really gonna pay attention to getting them centered. I'm gonna do that. And then to get them centered with the rest of the building, we'll select both. And then come out here and line up this green arrow. There we go. That looks about right. Nice. We have... Oh, let me grab... Just a little darker. I'm gonna make this the same kind of warm green as this. There we go. This one. Grab this color. Just slot it in there. I think these will just need to be lowered a bit. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, I like this. That doesn't really fit here, but this here. Ooh. Striped vinyl awning. Ooh. I don't think this is really necessary. Maybe. Yeah. Shit. Fat fingered right click. It's alright. Like here. Boom. That's cute. Then want some lamps. Put one here. Go up. Here. Boom. I need to have angle snap on. Here. I think what I might do, now that this game's been out for a year, and now that I've spent a lot more time actually engaging with like the building mechanics, I think when we're done with this park, what I might do is like go and revisit Planet Coaster 1 and just see if I can design some nice buildings, because I don't think I built like a single building in Planet Coaster 1 that I used in my parks. All of the buildings were downloaded because I mean I wasn't doing content at the time for Planet Coaster, so it didn't really make any sense for me to put insane amounts of time into just building the buildings. Whereas now that I'm doing content, it makes a little bit more sense. And also gives me something to do, so I don't have to constantly think like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do in Planet Coaster tonight? This is a pretty easy game to get burnt out in, so it's almost better to do these projects that take longer, because then I have to think of less of them. If that makes sense. Yeah, I think that looks pretty nice. And I think I might add some flags. Over here. Then get up here. Is it there? Nope. Oh yeah, no, that is there. Okay. And bring it forward. Bring it forward more. There. Let's go this way. This way. And this. And obviously this needs to come forward. And this needs to come back. Actually, no, this needs to come forward. Then this one just needs to come really forward. Nice! That looks hot. Does this look... Or is that too much? That's too much. I like that. I think I might also want to add... That's pretty cool. Oh, hitching posts. Always need hitching posts. We'll use it. Ooh, 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 ooh. Boom. Boom. That's fun. I like that. We can do the same thing. Right here. Also, right here. I can't believe I haven't thought to do this before. It looks really nice. Let's see what else. Now, I have the... You'll see this. I have these over here because I think I might want to do, like, scaled down versions of these buildings, like, right along here. But I also might want to do, like, a train track almost. I think that might be fun, too. But it it'd probably work better over here. Maybe the buildings would work better over here, because then they wouldn't need to be scaled down. Nah, it makes more sense for this to be the town. It does. Okay. But I'll worry about the theming later, because we still have more facilities we need to make. So up here, I want to do a restaurant. And then a flume outlet here. And have it kind of incorporated into the restaurant. So... let me look for some reference. I think... I have a shape in my head. And it's kind of blobby. Like, it hasn't fully formed into a polygon yet. But I do have, like, a blob shape in my head. Of, like, kind of what I maybe might want this to look like. I just need to kind of find something that might... Ooh. This might be cool. Maybe something like this. Maybe. I mean, I would definitely shrink this down because this comes out way too far. But like, if we did something like this and had the flumes coming out here, because I want something not rectangular, because the slot we have to deal with is an odd shape. So, okay. The idea I have in my brain is starting to formulate. The polygon is forming, gamers. I have angles now. Get rid of scenery theme. Come here. Walls. Give me wood. I want... Do I want the modern? Yeah, I want the modern. Yeah. I'm gonna start working on the shape. So we have it like, boom. Alright, I'm kind of just gonna do this. This is essentially... I'm essentially sketching out the design. This is gonna be a balcony. Alright. Something like that. Changing rooms here. So we can kind of... That will also help us kind of hide the seam here. Okay. We want the messy seam to be in the back. We kind of need to make this... Okay. Yeah, and then we can deal with this. Oh, there we go. That's the solution. And we just put a pillar there. Easy. Get rid of these. That way there's not too many. Boom. Perfect. Perfect. Throw this here. Okay. These are all going to be change rooms. restroom block. There we go. Get rid of that acute angle there. We want all of our angles to be obtuse. What's up? Yeah, dude, I'm I was finally able to get back to my regular schedule this week after having, because I'm supposed to stream 4 nights a week, but there's been like work and people visiting and like me having to travel for stuff. So like I haven't really been able to do 4 nights a week since like beginning of October. So it's very, very nice. Oh, you're just about to record? Nice. Well, thanks for dropping in beforehand. I hope your hump day is going well. And good luck with the recording session. What you recording? Let's see. I think this should be fine. Epic. Thank you. Oh. Thieves. These are the wrong color because it's the wrong wood type. Did I do that over here as well? Yep. Wait. Delete you. Scenery. Where's the right one? Here it is. Nope. How did I lose it? There it is. Here it is. Don't know yet. Don't know if you want to do stream Planet Coaster or video for FNAF Poppy playtime. Nice. Yeah, I totally get that. That's like when I don't plan. I used to do a weekly schedule, but I stopped doing that because nobody really gave a shit, so like it wasn't really worth it. And then B, like I didn't like having to be beholden to the schedule. Pretty much the only schedule I'm currently beholden to is just the 2 Planet Coaster 2 streams a week. But like if I don't plan what I'm gonna be doing every day this week, then like I'll always get to either Friday or Sunday and just be like, oh, I don't know. So, but what can you do? Okay. The shape is coming along very, very nice. Let me get rid of that. And I would like to have windows, but because of the shape, we'll have to leave all the windows in the back here. Nice. Delete. Perfect. I'll go over here. I'm going to do the same trick I did on the front. Grab this piece. Make it smaller. Never understood why YouTubers are stressed about YouTube, and now I know why. I know, dude. Like... You know, for a change, I'll say something nice about someone I really don't like. It's the holiday season, a season of Thanksgiving. But I was like, I obviously don't agree with him, but I do kind of get where Hassan was coming from when he was like, no, this is harder. This is harder than a 9 to 5, guys. Like, it's really stressful. Like, Like, I get it. I get what he means. Like, I'm kind of like, you know what, mood. And, like, I don't even have, like, really that much of an audience. Like I'm an average, like, 4 viewer average streamer. So, like, I couldn't imagine having the amount of people he has. So, that is not a position I envy. I would never want to be that big. Like, I think my ideal size would be like in the, like, 100 to 200k range. I feel like that would be, like, my ideal. Enough to, like, make some pocket money out of, but I never want to be fully financially dependent on this. Because that's just, that's, like, stupid unless you're, like, making ungodly amounts of money, which I don't ever see happening. And also, like, I would just be way too stressed if this was, like, I need something steady in the background. So, if I could just, I think that would be, like, a good size. Make some pocket money, some stuff that I can invest, and then I wouldn't have to worry about having, like, 1 million people. That's, like, too much. That's way too much. Started a project, making a US of A history coaster with some of the wars, like, a war-themed coaster. That's fun. I could see that being fun. I mean, I kind of have a war-themed coaster with my Top Gun Maverick coaster that I built, like, forever ago. I think that was the second coaster I ever built, was that Top Gun coaster, which is available on the workshop. That can stay. Need to optimize this better. Yeah. I hate how the camera recenters whenever you try to move something. I wish there was a way to toggle that off. There might be, but I haven't found it. Oh yeah, the new shooting track ride. I forgot about that. That's fun. I need to build one of those. That'd be perfect for this JTV Studios park that I started in September and then immediately abandoned when I realized how hard it was going to be. And how much time it would take to do properly. It's not fully abandoned. It will be done at some point, but once I realized how much work it would be to do the level of theming I wanted to do in that park, I was like, yeah, I need to move on to other projects. Like the Western Park that we showed off yesterday. Alright, let's go ahead and get some facilities planted. Make this functional. Functional first, and then we'll worry about, like, the stuff. That. Then over here, got change rooms. Got one of these. Nice. We'll just go ahead and connect these. We'll draw. I'll do the draw. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, come on. There we go. Epic. That's a safer way not to get banned all over YouTube and all internet platforms. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the optics on that might be a bit iffy. Gosh, why can't things be sillier? It'd be so much easier to make content if things were just sillier, you know? Everything's too serious. It's like, can we make things silly again? That'd be nice. The world would be a lot better if everybody was just silly. I think that's good. Now, the roof shape. How am I gonna make this? I didn't think about that when designing the layout of the building. I didn't think that far ahead in my plan. I didn't think that far ahead, but definitely not changing the shape at this point. I could just make it flat and then like do something fun and geometric with it, maybe. Or you could just leave it as is for now. And just focus on getting things placed, because going back through and like doing all the other stuff is like way easier once we actually have all the buildings and stuff placed. So we'll worry about the roof later, and then just focus on making this functional. So, facilities. I want it to be right here. And like that. Boom. I think we'll use this floor. Make it that color. Perfect blueprints. Yeah, there are a few war collections. I actually think if I go to Source Workshop, I think I downloaded ones to use as like a reference, because in preparation for the studio park, I like kind of downloaded a bunch of like these sort of military props, just so I can kind of get an idea of like how people were making them. And actually, it's pretty clever how these are done. These, because like I like seeing what like props people are using. Like aquatic storage crate, just colored black. Down here, these are like, what are these? These are just gutter drainage pipes, but they look like guns. Like, and I never would have thought to use them that way, but now I'm like, oh, if I just color one of the, wait, what the fuck? Wait, is this actually a base game piece? What? No way this is just a base. That looks way... I feel really stupid for never thinking to use this as a gun now. What? Hold on, what piece is this? Oh, it's a bunch of different ones. Okay. I was about to say, I'm like, no way that's canon. I'm gonna put you here. I don't know why people have so much trash when they're getting out of the pool, but apparently they do. I also have like some Jeep ones that I downloaded, I think. Yeah, here's a military fence. This one was pretty cool. Pretty simple to to do or riff off of as well. And then I think I have like trucks somewhere in here. So I wanted to make a traffic light pack. Oh hell yeah. I'll have to remember that. See, now there's like all these things that I like completely forgot that I even downloaded. Because I like essentially just stopped using downloaded things in any of the parks that I do. But yeah, I have a bunch of stuff. Path. Damn. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Yeah, hold on. Let me bring up the share code. Let me find that shelf. I mean, if you search military shelf, I'm sure it will come up. Because it's not one of mine. Let's see. Where was it? Where'd that go? Oh, there's also like these. Here are the vehicles I was thinking of. They're probably all made by the same person, I would imagine. I would imagine like all of these are the same person. But if I see... Am I able to look at this in the... Oh, yeah, here we go. Go to Frontier Workshop. This is not what I thought it would do. Okay, well, this is not what I thought it was going to do. But I can still find it this way, I'm sure. Because I can pull up the share code. Ah, here we go. Yeah, there's a share code for it. Made by Ethan202. And I would guarantee you that if I pulled up the military vehicles I have, Ethan202 probably did those as well. So, shout out Ethan202, wherever you're at. Here, I can remove that so you can see the item code or the shop code, because I would imagine they're all made by the same person. So, hopefully you got all that, JP, and you can always just pause. And then I am curious. I just want to see. Oh, no, they're not made by the same person. Interesting. Interesting. I would have thought for sure that they were made by the same person. Anyway, I'm back. Let's get back to business. Add tables. These. Okay, maybe not like right in front, but like here. 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 Maybe not right next to the bathroom. Here. Here. Wait, and then not here. Not here, because this is going to be a balcony. I completely forgot that I wanted to put a balcony out here. Which is also going to help justify the pillars to cover up the seams in this blueprint. Yeah, we can have it overhang a bit. I'm going to have it move here. Nice. Yeah, and we'll cover that up with theming and all of that, so that way it's not just hanging there. Add tables. Western. Grab this guy. We'll put one here. One here. Not one right there. One here. And one here. One here. One here. One here. One here. One here, one here, here, and yeah, that should be good. I'll add some trash cans. Put one here, 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 one here, one here, one here. Nice. I'm gonna delete this guy because here what I'm gonna do is go to this guy, and then we're gonna add facilities. Guests are always thirsty in our parks, so we gotta make sure we add. We'll make a so delightful. Plop that right there. Nice. We'll connect that to cover that up, but this could be opened and this could be opened. Hell yeah. It looks very crazy right now, but we've got the shape, we've got it functional, which is like the most important thing. And I think I'll probably build a veranda or like a pavilion for this part and then have this be the open air section. And coming over here, this is where we want the flume chute to be. And then I would like to build a slide tower up here. Maybe that might not be super practical. Because with this here, I don't know how else we're gonna get people over here. Like, I could have the path come down and kind of snake along here, but I'm not sure if I like that. Did you see those codes I sent you when you were working on your pumpkin patch park? I feel like I did. I feel like I did. And as far as collabing, that is something I do want to do at some point, but not right now. I was gonna go somewhere and then completely lost where I was gonna go with that, because I have a few ideas for like collab parks, and I want to, so that is something I want to do at some point, but I don't want to do that until I'm ready, if that makes sense. And there are collab park ideas I have that would by necessity need to involve a larger number of people than friends I have who play this game. So it's like, there's one I want to do is, I really want to do like, get some Planet Coaster content creators together and at some point do like a theme park telephone. So like essentially get our audiences to put a bunch of themes into like a randomizer. We all get a theme and have like, I don't know, like two or three, like 2 to 4 on-stream hours to work on that theme in the park. And we stop, and then everyone like transfers their park over to the next person, and the next person has to try to figure out what the theme was, and then like continue building off of that. And I thought that might be kind of fun. But that's just half an idea, because I can like immediately see a whole bunch of issues with it that would need to be ironed out before diving full steam ahead. Maybe not there. Why won't it let me? Why won't it let me? Okay, that was weird. That was very weird. Because here's where we're going to have the slides come out. So I'm trying to think. I do think having something up here would be nice. But I don't know if specifically a slide tower is what best go up here. Gamers. Many hmms. I guess first thing I can do Okay, well, let's think about this. We have a slide tower back here. The path for it. Would this... Path for it would almost need to be like this. And have the slide tower base here. I think that gives us enough. But that doesn't really give us a lot of room for runoff. For the actual flume runoff. Is the issue. And then on the other hand, you could also do something like this. That's kind of... I like that. That's kind of off to the side. It's kind of out of the way. Okay, I think I'll do that. I'm comfortable with... What kind of slide? Okay, I'm comfortable with placing a slide tower over here. Then, as far as the height goes... I want this one to be pretty... Doesn't need to be crazy. I don't want it to be higher than the top hat over there. So maybe like here. Maybe a bit more platform. Shit. Go up here. What's up, Planet Coaster enthusiasts? Welcome back. I feel like it's been a while. How have you been? Let's see. Oh. That makes a lot of sense. That's funny. I don't know how I didn't make that connection beforehand. It's probably because, like, I'm only, like, half. I can either half pay attention to chat or half pay attention to Planet Coaster. And so when I'm actively building something, by necessity, I have to be half paying attention to chat. That's probably why. Yeah, I have multiple accounts as well. I have, like, my offline one. I am not confident in the G's for this coaster at all. Let's see. I feel like 1.6 isn't it's none of those G's are hitting 2. I feel like that's not too unreasonable for a water slide, especially of this scale. I just need to make sure that the... Okay, yeah, that's plenty of room for the staircase. Okay, so it does need to be higher off the ground. Which is fine. Boom. that's like a third. So about a third the size. So third of 36 is what? 12. Okay, now it's hitting 2 somehow. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Boom. Okay, that should be a good height. Okay. And then this. Just take this whole thing. I should. Okay, maybe not. If I take this whole thing, I should be able to just. Yeah. Excuse me. Just. Okay. Nope. Just gonna keep smoothing this, make it as straight as possible. Because it's okay if it's kind of going upwards. Okay, how fast is it going when it hits? The forward G-force is a little insane. That'll be fixed once I come in and do this. Boom. Alright. Let's see how this baby rides. That's pretty fun. Only issue I see is we definitely need to do that. Give it some room to kind of lose that sideways momentum. Epic. Place entrance. You are going to be right here. Hells yeah. Am I? No, I'm not. I was gonna say I might be able to just drop it right down directly onto the path, but nope. This way. And then I'm gonna come down this way. Oh, nope. Here. Hell yeah. Now we can open. We're definitely gonna change the colors, but I want to get the rest of the things placed. It looks kind of crazy just sitting here by itself, but once we kind of add more stuff to here, I think it will look a little bit better. Okay, let's get a family raft slide going since we have the room for it. look to go to there. 5. This way. Here. Straight for 16. Let's see how it's riding those curves. Okay, I think we can make this way shorter. Or do I want that to be the... I'll have a double down finale. Make this a regular drop. You want to record a vid for a bit? See you later, JP. Thanks for stopping by. I hope your recording session goes well. And I won't be on tomorrow. Thursday's my off day, but we'll be back Friday. This needs to be a little bit longer. 13. There we go. This needs to be pretty wide, I think, to deal with the momentum. Arresto momentum. What special pieces do I have to play with? I know this one has a lot. Okay, whoa, oh, okay, maybe. Okay, we have funnels. Ooh, big bowl? Ooh, a big bowl would be fun. I wish I could do a big bowl facing another direction, though. One of these funnels would also be fun, but I also don't think we have quite enough room for that. That give us? Okay, that's a bit much. So we still need to make this go a bit longer. Okay, how does that look? I don't think I can delete this tree. Hold on. Yep. Okay, so we don't want to blaze through that tree as if it's not there. Maybe 20. Okay, cool. So it's pretty flat here. Boom. Take me other way. Other way. Do I want it to be enclosed or open? I think open. This is an open air raft. Let's see how it comes in. That's exciting. I like that. So now... need it to go... down. Maybe a bit more. Down. Keep it 5. Oh, sorry, gamers. They're just trying to enjoy a nice meal and they're just getting rafted. Let's see. Pretty. 13. We'll go. Oh, we might not even need the... not even need the banking piece there. Okay. Here. Then, or come to here? Nope. What if we came to here? Nope. What if we came to here? No? There we go. Okay, then chisel. Make it tiny. Tiny. There we go. It all seems fine. That. Then I don't think these need to have that banking on them. I think we got rid of enough speed with this guy. That's pretty nicely situated in the back of the park. And I mean, this whole run of the lazy river is pretty funny with all of these. Just poles sticking into it. Okay, let's ride this bad boy and see how we did. Jeez. What? What just happened? Did we go off the edge? I don't see how. It was working fine earlier. Hold on, let's watch closely. Oh no, I guess it's fine. Nice. I'm happy with that. Although the one thing, I do think I want to replace this with a... one of those. Okay. Now, I do want to ride it one more time, because that was a weird thing. We'll do a first-person run. Why not? I just want to make sure it doesn't, like, glitch out again. Yeah, I don't know why it did that first time. It's definitely not even close to going over. A pretty fun experience, if I do say so myself. Got some good speed, some good twists, some good back and forth oscillation action. I think that's pretty good. Now that we've got that down here, let's make sure we get the right brown. Okay. Down here, I want to make this into a gift shop, which I think I should be able to do. Need to flatten it a bit more. So, let's go here. Go wood. And I'm going to use the rustic wood. Where's... I think the line I want is this. Like here. Subject to change. Okay, maybe it doesn't need to go that far back. This piece again. Nice. And I think I'm gonna move these back here. Same over here. Oh. I think I might make these into window displays. Like the side window here. Maybe, I don't know. What's up, Char Char? Killer American water slide? Nice. Yeah. I should make a red, white, and blue one. The only problem is, like, red, white, and blue is so gaudy when you actually, like, put it onto a roller coaster. That's pretty solid. Or we'll just do this. Yeah, these will be the fake windows. You can do like a liminal space bathroom. Because the bathroom's gonna be like way back in this corner. I think I'll have the bathroom here. Maybe just here. So those are all of the buffers. This is gonna be a window display. might make... I know what I can do here. Before I forget. Snack stands. Okay. I already have a blueprint for snack stands that I can put right here. I agree. What the hell I'm building right now? Mall of America? Not quite. That would be way... I would love to do a mall-themed park, but I just know how much work that would be. And I'm also very low confidence that my computer would be able to run that many prop pieces. But you're kind of close. We're building a gift shop right now, or at least the shell of a gift shop. Go there. Nope. Boom, boom. Kind of break the mold here. You know, like a shooting star. Those are the only things that can do that. This. Oh. No, I can still do this. Easy. And that just means that all of this needs to be shorter. Just take... Epic! Maybe up one more notch. There we go. Ah. Sorry, my headphones are digging into my earlobe and it's hurting. Okay. That looks pretty good. That's like a start. You know, also kind of just helps this to feel more of like a passageway. So got that. So then the actual... Okay, well, this is a problem. Oh. Perfect. So now we've got this. Let's go ahead and build that restroom. Perfect. Then we'll use that. Liked this color. Going to stamp. This looks fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, I actually am very happy with how this park is coming along. Especially like considering it wasn't really like a full idea. It was kind of just like this will be a fun little thing to do for the fall season. So I'm happy it's come out as well as it has. Go here. Bam. Very cool. This we need to do something about. It's actually pretty easy thing to do something about. I'm gonna go down to here. I'm just gonna grab not this piece. Here it is. Oh, that's. I'm like, why is this not going where I want it to? Boom. Come up here. Boom. A boom. Boom. A boom. Boom. And then a boom. And we just need to make it all connect. And this should be a lot less intrusive on the interior. Yeah, that we can easily cover up. Is an easy cover up. Go here. Grab modern wood floor. Make it go by 6. Boom. And these sticky outy parts are going to be mostly covered by the overhang, so I'm not too worried or broken up about them. And then I don't need to cover this whole thing. Epic. And now we come back to the roof pieces, and I want the wood tile. Which are these ones. We'll use this. Hell yeah. Do that there. Don't need to do anything there. Nice. Grab these. Boom. Nice. Okay, cool. So now we've got that. Last thing to do is this top part, which I'm going to give a bit of a flare to. Actually, wait, yeah, let's do that one. Then go here. Then we might need to make that shorter, but let's see. Might not. Yeah, I think it looks acceptable. It's kind of fun. We need to connect the toilet cubicles. Perfect. Now let's see what these 11 notifications are. No path. Okay, we just fixed that. Oh, okay, yeah, no, we don't need to worry about these. I can actually probably just delete this whole apparatus over here. Now that we've got that all figured out, time is at 8:30. Okay, come over here. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the steps here. Probably gonna do something with those as well. Hell yeah. Go here. I don't know why I hit move instead of Control D. And I'm actually going to throw you over here. We go to facilities, blueprints, mine. Let's throw this guy down. Kind of fits nice and snug. That. Epic. Epic, epic, epic. And then I think I have enough room for the other one. I think these two little buildings here have shown up in literally every single park every Western themed park that I've done. Park or park section. They're just like really easy to put down and they're very versatile. They're also available on the Frontier Workshop. They're great filler pieces. Functional filler, I would say. Then we don't need everybody. See a need for going to be walking this way. No, come on. No, go back where you were, please. I just want to snap there. Okay. Can I not? Can I not? Okay. That's fine. Nice. Now we won't have guests annoyingly walking behind these guys. That looks fine there. Moving into this building. I think the counter. We put the kiosk right over here. The only problem is creating a line right up against the door. So maybe if we put it like back here in this corner. Yeah. Should be pretty fine. Add shelves. I'm just gonna add another one. Because I imagine this gift shop will be pretty busy. Because I think it's the only one in the park so far. It's the only one I can think of. I don't know where I would have put another one. Let's put these. One right here. And then one right here. And in the center. Perfect. Or actually, no. Perfect. Over here, we put clothes. And one of these guys. I wish there was... They need to really fix how these shelf pieces function. Because it's, as of right now, is insanely aggravating to properly move them. Like, actually line them up with the stuff you want them lined up with. Go back. These. Alright, coming into here. Add new. Okay. Gonna throw this. I'm just gonna throw that down. Then throw one of these and one of these. Just gonna put another one of these just so I can actually move this. Because what's annoying about it is there's no way to turn off or like stop it from just auto snapping to the edge of the pathway. And 90% of the time, that is not at all where I want it. Like, I want to be able to line it up with the wall, but I can't do that when it auto snaps to the wall. And then it's fucking really hard to line it up with the wall without it being up against the wall. So I kind of just have to, like, assume that it's lined up properly for no reason. I think this is good. Like, again, I can't really... It's kind of hard to tell. I'm assuming those kiosks are lined up with the wall, though. This here. I also need to wait. Actually, no, that's way too hard to do, I think. That'd be way too hard to implement. Get rid of that. What the fuck are those? What the fuck? Alright, I'm gonna need to figure out what those are. True. Okay, so it's right there. Add new. Got those. I think on this back wall, do clothing, shelves. We'll do clothing, we'll do these shelves. Then. Nice. We. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, right about there. Okay. Things we're missing are these. Like. Shit, why? Blue. Okay. Put it here. Utterly ridiculous that this is what you gotta do in order to actually move these in any sort of functional way, but we live and we deal. Add new. I'll do one here. And we really just need some balloons. Those are the ones we don't have. So maybe I'll do like balloons here. And two of these. Balloons here. Nice. I'd say that's pretty ready. I mean, it's not ready as far as decorations go. But for a start, functional gift shop, I'm good with saying that's pretty tight. So I think I'm going to leave it off there, gamers. I got to get to bed early tonight because, like I said, I didn't get much sleep last night. And so I need to make sure that I get enough tonight. But do not worry, because I'll be back Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We've got a part 2 of our Dead Island playthrough. Me, Maya, Danny, and David are all playing through the Dead Island series together. It was a lot of fun. If you missed last Friday's streams, I highly recommend you check that out. I'm going to be dressing up in a little costume. It's a good time. So definitely come check that out. Again, that is 7 p. Or that is Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You're not going to want to miss that. The best way to make sure you don't miss any of the stuff we got going on is, of course, to subscribe, hit the notification bell. You'll be notified every time I go live and every time I upload a new video. I'm live 4 times a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I upload a new video every Monday. This past Monday was Red Dead Online with our lovely mod, JDM Blackout. So definitely go check that out. It was a lot of fun. Really good video. And then next Monday, or this upcoming Monday, will be Project Zomboid Van Life Part 3. So definitely go check out parts 1 and 2, and also check that out this upcoming Monday. And make sure you like the videos, like the streams, helps them do well in the algorithm, helps them get seen by more people, helps his channel grow, and I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night, a wonderful Thursday, a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll catch you guys all on the next stream. Stay sponge, gamers!